Welcome to the Raider Ragu Show. Please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast and YouTube channel.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Yo, 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 welcome, Raider Nation. Welcome in. What's good? It's bittersweet. We made it to the end of the 2023 season. Before we jump into it, let me just get the little few house cleaning things out of the way. Just one major thing. Not major, but you guys might have noticed the name change, the slight tweaking of the name change of the show. So we just getting started. So we were still testing out some things, and we decided to flip it into the They Follow from Burners, featuring Raider Ragu. Excuse me. It's the same as the Raider Ragu show. It's the same great Raider content you're going to be getting. The same good takes, good sports talk, but we felt like They Follow from Burners would be able to open up the show to more topics going forward, especially in the off season. So just to go over it again, same show that you're downloading, getting that great Raider content, okay? They Follow from Burners with Raider Ragu. Same Raider content. Okay, now, jumping right into this week's matchup. It's bittersweet, like I said. Raiders are not going to the playoffs. We're putting the wraps on another season. And it was a kind of a roller coaster season with the firing of McDaniels and Ziegler and Lombardi on Halloween night. Then AP takes over halfway through the season. Defense comes alive, absolutely comes alive. Nobody can dispute that. Offense had its ups and downs, but overall it's been a roller coaster, and I commend AP and the staff for keeping it together and having the guys continue to play hard. Pause. During this situation, during this season. You guys know, I've said it on this program, I've said it on All Grind program, I think he deserves the job. I think he should have the job already. I also said that I would interview Harbaugh. And, now that we haven't hired him, we haven't hired AP, I would interview Harbaugh. But make one thing clear. Let me make one thing clear. If the Raiders hired Antonio Pierce right now without interviewing John Harbaugh, I would be totally fine with that. Totally fine with that. If Antonio Pierce were to not get an interview and they hired Jim Harbaugh, I would have a problem with that. That wouldn't be good business. That'd be bad business. You understand what I'm saying? So just be clear on that. I said what I said on the other show about interviewing Harbaugh. It's on tape. Can't deny. I said it. But that's just more like because we haven't given Mark Davis hasn't given Antonio the job yet. So anyway, Denver's going to On offense, they're going to try to run the football. Sean Payton's going to try to run the football, establish the run. They got a running back by committee type of approach. They have McLaughlin, who's the speed guy. He's fast, too. So you just got to get a hat on him. And you got Samaje Perine. He's the power guy. He's the one who's going to slam it in there. Short yardage, get the tough runs. And then they got Javonte Williams, who used to be the main guy, the frontline guy, until injuries kind of slowed him up the last couple of years. But this guy's a decent back, decent NFL back. He combines the little bit of speed, a little bit of power, a little bit of swerve. So they're going to run all three of these guys at us, at the Raiders. So just got to be prepared for that. Besides the run game, they're gonna run. I should say they like to run bubble screen. Jerry Jeudy outside catching bubble screen, and then they'll flip that and try to catch you in a pressure situation and run the screen to the running back. They'll run straight screen game. The reason for running bubble screen is they want you to cover the whole field, sideline to sideline, kind of wear you out, get you going across the field. Then they'll slash you with the run, slash and gas with the run between the tackles. Then they'll come back with that same look and play action pass out of it. And then mix in some more bubble screens. This is what they're going to try to do. They have, we'll get into the injuries a little bit later on in a few minutes, but they're going to have their full complement of wide receivers. So I forgot to mention also in their backfield that they have Jarrett Stidham. You Raider fans will remember Jarrett Stidham. We know him very well. He played for the Raiders last year. Jarrett Stidham basically did the same thing that he did this year in Denver that he did in Vegas last year, and that is replace the starter, the frontline guy, for the last two games. Difference is Derek Carr went home, wasn't even at the stadium for the last two games. Russ was there on the sideline cheering on his guys. Maybe Denver felt like that he didn't have the same type of presence that DC had in the Raiders locker room, so they let him stick around. But he was there cheering on his guys. I mean, I commend him for it. Russ has always been a class guy. He's always been a class guy. So, Stidham, back to him, checking him out, Paul. And, old Stidham, he gets a little aggressive. And we've scored on defense, I believe, 2 out of the last 3 weeks. So I expect to maybe get in the end zone again on defense. Old Stiddy's going to throw us one, perhaps pick six. We're going to get a turnover and score it. Probably a pick six off of Stiddy. So, yeah, they're going to mix in bubble screen game, run game, Stiddy trying to sling it in there off play action. They got a couple guys on defense, number 6, number 49, while I'm thinking about it. Locke and Singleton. These guys will hit you. I will give them that. They will come across your head, and not in a dirty way. And I don't mean that literally when I say that, but you know what I'm saying? They'll go upside your head, man. They'll come across your head. Running that rock, catching that rock. Beware. Protect yourself at all times. These guys aren't playing. But other than that, on defense, these guys aren't really anything to write home about on the real. They play a decent defense, but I feel like we can move the ball on these guys. even though Josh isn't playing. We know that already. But with Zeus and Abdullah, I think we'll be okay against these guys. Get Zeus running downhill, run some play action off of it, mix in some jet and bubble sweep. Jet sweep, bubble sweeps to Trey. Have them worried about all that stuff. And just muscle up and pound these guys. Pause. Control the front, run the football against these guys. We'll break down the O-line situation and the injuries in a second here. But we should be able to run the football against these guys. Watch the game with them against the Chargers. Chargers move the football decently against these guys with the quarterback Ethan Stick. They just didn't get it in, get in the end zone when they on a one crucial time when they needed to or earlier in the game, or that thing could have turned out differently. And that's the same Charger team that we've slid 63 in their back. So I expect to, I'm not saying have our way, but I expect to be able to move the football, drive the football, and when you factor in the defensive touchdowns that I expect, we should put up a nice amount of points on these guys on Sunday. So they do a lot of also on defense. They are going to crowd the line of scrimmage, trying to confuse our O-line, try to confuse the quarterback, try to confuse the protections. They'll have, 6 guys, 7 guys right up at the line. Some will drop out. Sometimes they'll bring it. So that's just something you got to be aware of. Aiden has got to be ready to go against that. He'll see the film. If I'm seeing it, I'm sure they see it. So some of those times you're going to have to get rid of the football. And, hey, they may get to you once or twice. But some of those times, Aiden, you might need to look to tuck the football and run, man. Get some yards, Aiden. Excuse me. But, so they're going to be crowding the line of scrimmage, trying to confuse our O-line and quarterback. They know we got a young QB, so we're going to see heavy dosages of that, I would assume. Injuries, I believe I covered everything on the as far as the X and O's of the game. Injuries, Josh Jacobs and Michael Mayer are not playing for the Raiders. I don't believe Thayer Munford is going to play, but he's looking to trending towards a game time decision. He might be available. At any rate, Colton Miller is back. He's been full participant in practice. So Munford could or could not be available, but Colton Miller is back at any rate. And Illuminor had a issue, I believe a knee, but he was a participant in practice. Andre James had an ankle and a finger and was a full participant on Thursday. So, and Friday, or they walked through on Friday. So everybody's ready to go. Josh is not playing, which saddens me because perhaps we have seen Josh Jacobs for the last time in the Raiders uniform when he toted the rock versus the Chargers. And at that time, we weren't aware that could be the last time we saw him in a Raider uniform. But with the way that they do running backs in the whole NFL game now, I wouldn't be shocked if that was, I wouldn't even be surprised if that was it, the last time we saw him ball. I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping he gets re-signed with the Raiders and come back with the 1-2 punch of him and Zeus, which would be a serious backfield, man. A serious backfield that teams would want any part of, man. Zeus and Josh would be a serious backfield that teams wouldn't want any part of. So I hope you guys are listening, Mark Davis. I mean, because ultimately it's you. I'm sure coach is going to want him back. You hire AP, give AP the job. I know AP wants him back. But, yeah, Josh isn't going to play. And we might have seen the last of Josh in the Raider uniform. It's kind of sad. And on the other side, Cortland Sutton was out with a concussion, but he's back. He's back. Mims Jr. is back. Like I spoke of, the guy, Lil Jordan and Jerry Jeudy, they're all there. They'll all be available. They have an offensive tackle, Mike McGlinchey. He's not going to play. He's training to not play, if I'm not mistaken. He's not going to be there. He wasn't a participant in practice. He was not limited. He did not practice. Also, I just want to say, before I get to any type of prediction, Aiden, I have to emphasize, man, don't be afraid to tuck that ball and run the football. Get some yards. Get some first downs. Demoralize the defense. It is so demoralizing when the defense has everything covered and then the quarterback runs out and gets a first down. Continues drives. So, on that note, man, I'm not going to hold you guys. I'm going to go ahead and give a prediction. I don't see these guys putting up any more than 2 touchdowns against the Raiders defense, if that. But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt that they'll get something lucky. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give them 3 field goals and a touchdown. I'm going to give them 16. Raiders 30. Donkeys 16. We extend our winning streak against them to 8 games, 4 years. And we'll let Sean Payton, the guru, stew on that in the offseason. Hire AP, just win, baby. Go Raiders. And I'll see you guys on the other side. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for tuning into today's episode. Please be sure to subscribe, download, and share B. We really appreciate you spending your time with us here at the Raider Ragu Show.